In my today's session, I try to cover another topic that is money market. Basically, money market consists of two terms. We always listen this term money market or the transactions or the money is being flown in money market. In today, I try to cover what all things are being traded in money market, why the companies or the people are going to trade in money market, what is money market, and all the things related with this. If you want to understand the whole concept of money market, please be with me for this session to understand in depth what is money and what is market and why the money market is being very useful to understand as well as useful to know for everyone, even we are a public or even we are a company. Money market consists of two things. One is money and another is market. Money, we all know, a financial entity that is being given by the government of any country to the people to use in their transactions, whereas market is a place or mechanism where buyers and sellers came in contact with each other. In these two terms are very clear to everyone. मनी इज दैट यूनिट, मनी एक वो इकाई वो यूनिट है जो कि किसी भी कंट्री के गवर्नमेंट के अथॉरिटी के थ्रू इंडिविजुअल्स या कंपनीज को इशू होती है एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट यूनिट the entity, the individual can do various transactions in the country as well as outside the country. Whereas market is a place, market एक वो place या वो mechanism, वो साधन है जिसके through buyers or sellers, it may be the buyers of goods or services, but or it may be the buyers of financial securities. But in money market, we are discussing the buyers of financial securities. Means money market is a market where buyers and sellers of financial securities came in contact with each other to meet out the requirement of funds. Before going to the topic, first of all, with the help of a very simple example, we can try to understand the concept where the money market came into existence. Just we take an example, हमारे पास एक Mr. XYZ है जो कि ये थिंकिंग रखते हैं, जो ये चाहते हैं कि वो एक अपनी कंपनी स्टार्ट करें. Mr. XYZ wants to start his business. Now, the basic thing is Mr. XYZ requires some funds. He definitely requires some funds to start his business. अब चूंकि हम ये सब जानते हैं कि कोई भी काम जब हम शुरू करते हैं तो at the time of starting only we are not start getting good returns. हम जैसे ही बिजनेस स्टार्ट करेंगे वैसे ही मिस्टर XYZ को बहुत अच्छा रिटर्न नहीं मिलेगा. तो मिस्टर XYZ को ऐसे मार्केट चाहिए, ऐसा एक सोर्स चाहिए जिससे कि मिस्टर XYZ कुछ अपने स्मॉल फंड्स की रिक्वायरमेंट को जो कि उनकी शॉर्ट पीरियड के लिए है उसको वो फुलफिल कर सके. मतलब मिस्टर XYZ को कुछ ऐसे फंड्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है जो कि बहुत थोड़े समय के लिए ही उनके पास होंगी, तो वो डेफिनेटली ये चाहेंगे कि वो उन शॉर्ट पीरियड की रिक्वायरमेंट को किसी ऐसी जगह से या शॉर्ट फंड्स की रिक्वायरमेंट को किसी ऐसी जगह से ही पूरा करें ताकि उनको बहुत लंबा उसके लिए उनको रिटर्न पर्टिकुलर पर्सन या कंपनी जिससे उन्होंने फंड लिया हो उसको न देना पड़े. इसलिए मिस्टर XYZ मनी मार्केट में अप्रोच करेंगे. मतलब वो मार्केट जहां से मिस्टर XYZ अपने बिजनेस के शॉर्ट पीरियड के फंड्स की रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा कर सकते हैं. तो जो मिस्टर XYZ ने शॉर्ट पीरियड की रिक्वायरमेंट को जिस मार्केट से पूरा किया उसी मार्केट को हम कहते हैं मनी मार्केट. मिस्टर XYZ की शॉर्ट टर्म की रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा करने वाला मार्केट ही हमारा मनी मार्केट कहलाता है. नाउ we came on the definition of money market to clear the concept. Money market basically refers to a section of financial market. Means what is money market? It is a section of financial market. It is a part of financial market where financial instruments with high liquidity and short-term maturity are being traded. Means a money market is a market where financial instruments are traded, but those instruments which are highly liquid in nature and which whose maturity period is very short, means all the securities whose maturity period are not more than 1 year are only being traded in money market. Money market has has become a component of financial market for buying and selling of securities of short-term maturities of 1 year or less than, such a treasury bills and commercial papers. Basically, money market वो market कहलाता है जिसमें कि buyers and sellers meet out करते हैं to fulfill their short-term requirements of funds. अपने short period के requirement of funds के लिए जिस मार्केट में बायर्स एंड सेलर्स मिलते हैं उसी मार्केट को हम मनी मार्केट कहते हैं. जैसे हमारे पास जो मिस्टर एक्स वाई जेड थे, उनको अपने बिजनेस के लिए कुछ ऐसे फंड्स चाहिए थे जो सिर्फ उनको शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए या थोड़े टाइम पीरियड के लिए ही चाहिए थे. इसलिए हमारे मिस्टर एक्स ने किसको अप्रोच किया? ही अप्रोचेस टू मनी मार्केट टू मीट आउट हिज शॉर्ट टर्म रिक्वायरमेंट्स. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज why the investors like you and me wants to invest in money market. Basically हम या हमारे जैसे और लोग या फिर कुछ कंपनीज भी ये चाहती हैं कि हमारे फंड्स लिक्विड फॉर्म में भी मार्केट में अवेलेबल रहे. मतलब we try our fund in liquid form as and when the requirement of fund arises, we will get the fund from the market. So we or the company may approach to money market to invest their funds for shorter period of time and will be matured for 1 year or less than 1 year. बेसिकली हम लोग भी ये चाहते हैं कि हमारे पास कुछ फंड्स रहें, क्योंकि स्टिल उस फंड्स को हमको अपने सेविंग अकाउंट में रख के बहुत अच्छा इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा. डेफिनेटली वी वांट टू इन्वेस्ट आवर फंड्स somewhere in the market from where we will get good return as compared to our saving bank account. So we invest in money market those funds, and those funds are highly liquid in nature, and we will get that fund as and when we require those funds. So this market is an open market where short-term securities are being traded by individual as well as by companies. Basically, this is a kind of market where short-term tradings are being done by individual as well as companies. Now we will discuss what are things and what are types of financial institutions of money market. Basically, financial institutions are institutions where money market and capital market and derivative market, all the three markets may operate. But in today's session, we will only discuss money market, means all the financial institutions of money market are being discussed in today's session. Later on, in another section, we will cover capital market as well as derivative market. Money market, basically, we understand means a market that is only involved in dealing with short-term securities, means that securities which whose maturity date is not more than 1 year. Money market may be divided into three parts. One is organized money market, another is unorganized money market, and third one is cooperative sector. Organized, with the name itself, concept is clear. The market which is fully organized and whose controls and whose monitoring, all the things are being done in a very proper manner by the government as well as by the representatives of the government. Organized money market may include RBI or Reserve Bank of India, DFHI, Discount and Finance House of India, and commercial banks. Means organized money market may consist of generally three things. Reserve Bank of India means bankers bank who controls all the bank. DFHI means Discount and Finance House of India as well as commercial banks. And the commercial banks may include public sector banks, private sector banks, and development banks. Public sector banks means all those banks in which the government shareholding is more than 50%, like SBI with subsidiaries, cooperative banks, nationalized banks like PNB, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, etc. Private banks include Indian banks and foreign banks. Indian banks like HDFC, like ICICI, etc. And developmental banks means IDBI, IFCI, ICICI, NABARD, LIC, GIC, UTI, etc. All these banks are considered in development bank. Whereas cooperative sectors or cooperative money market includes state cooperative, central cooperative, primary agricultural credit society and primary urban banks, state land development banks, central land development banks, primary land development banks. Basically, these are cooperative sectors of money market. All the three are part of money market, and all the transactions done in these are generally for 1 year, then only it may considered in money market transactions. Now, we will discuss what are the differences between organized and unorganized money market. Organized money markets are those markets which are registered with the government and follow certain rules and regulations. Those markets which are fully registered with the government means all the things, all the legal documents that is being designed by the government are being completely fulfilled by these companies or these institutions, then only it may considered in an organized money market. Various acts like Factories Act, Bonus Act, PF Act, Minimum Wages Act, all these acts are also being taken into account, then only the company or the institution or the bank is considered in an organized money market. Whereas unorganized market are those markets which are not registered with the government and hence do not follow any rules and regulations. These markets are those markets which are not followed, not covered under any kind of rules and regulations, like indigenous banks, chip funds, nidhis, all these are unorganized money markets because they do not follow the guidelines of the government. They do not fulfill any kind of the legal requirements that is being designed by the government. These are generally we consider in our Indian language a desi banks. They are unorganized. They also behave just like bank. ये भी बैंक की तरह बिहेव करते हैं जैसे कि बैंक deposits accept करते हैं, loans देते हैं. They also do in the same manner, but they are not organized. They are not legalized. So it is always advised to the public, if you plan to invest your funds in nidhis, chip funds, or indigenous bank, then take a thorough knowledge about all these things. Then only try to invest your funds because there is no complete security of any kind of funds of any individual because they are not legalized and they are not properly organized according to the government of the country. That's all for today's session. I hope this session is very interesting and I try to cover all the things related with money market. If you want anything related with this topic, then please write in comment. Thank you so much.